We're here on the 18th hole, and I thought of an old adage while we were out playing this golf course. You know, when people look at old houses to renovate, when they find a really quality built home that's kind of been run down over the years, they say that house has good bones. Stick around and we'll talk about this course that has good bones. Welcome back to Subpar Golf Reviews. We are at Beckett Ridge Golf Course, and this might be the most interesting golf course we have played yet.
To say the least.
So there's kind of a long, complex history here at Beckett Ridge. We spoke to the pro here, and I guess this used to be a country club some time ago, and it looks like it was a very nice golf course at one point in time. But I think it's fallen on hard times. I know that it's changed hands a few times. I believe it actually closed at some point fairly recently, and the folks who had it at that point just let it go. Someone else has acquired the course and reopened it, and it sounds like they have big plans.
Really big plans. The gentleman we talked to, I guess he at one time was a pro at Kitty Hawk in Dayton some time ago. And we had a great conversation with him when we first got here, and he kind of explained the history a little bit. And one of the things I will say is the layout of the course is a lot of fun. It's challenging, but it needs a lot of work still.
Yeah, it's a really cool golf course. It's actually kind of on like a figure-8 pattern when you play the front and the back nine, so you really don't see the other holes as you progress along. Now, there are quite a few homes on the golf course, but there weren't really any in play unless you really missed pretty significantly, and we do that sometimes.
Yes, quite often, actually.
But we weren't in danger of hitting any houses today, so that should give you some indication that they're not really in play.
Right. The back nine, I would say, was a lot more challenging than the front. This course right now, because of the condition, there is nothing in the bunkers. So the bunkers are in bad shape. They've got a lot of damage here from the neglect over the years that they need to take care of.
And that was one of the things that they indicated when we first got here, that it actually is scheduled already. They're going to put all brand new bunkers in, which is great because there is no sand in the bunkers. They're just completely overgrown with weeds right now. So we didn't even really play from them. So, right. But if they get the bunkers all replaced, which is first on the agenda, they talked about doing some repair work on the cart paths.
Yeah.
The fairways, greens, and tee boxes were in pretty good condition,
with the exception of a few holes that were really bad.
And we've seen that on a number of courses this summer, primarily because of the super hot weather we had in June and July.
Right, dry.
And considering that this course was in ill repair prior to that, they probably didn't do all the turf care maintenance that they needed to do early in the spring.
I think he mentioned that they didn't put down any pre-emergent.
Yeah. But overall, I thought the greens were in very good shape. The fairways were in pretty good shape. We've got a couple of areas where it was burnt out pretty badly, and the tee boxes were okay. They could use some work too. But once again, those are all supposed to be being addressed within the next year or so. And if they follow through on all those things, I think this is going to be a great golf course.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming out and playing this course once again, maybe in a year or so, once all of the repairs have been done and they're no longer working out of a mobile home as a clubhouse.
Now, to be fair, though, it's a pretty pimped out mobile home.
It's a pimped out mobile home.
So, being a former country club, they actually have a pretty significantly sized former clubhouse here. It's obviously in a pretty significant state of disrepair. You can also see remnants of former swimming pools and tennis courts, and
Sure.
I would guess that they would probably just get rid of those. There's a scary little shack over there that I think someone's living in.
Yes, I saw a couch in there and someone peeping around the window.
It might have been a zombie, so we didn't investigate
No.
closely. Um, but yeah, once they address some of the shortcomings of this course right now from the lack of maintenance over the years, this is going to be a gem. The golf course itself, the layout, as Javon mentioned, is great. We had a lot of fun. It's a tough little course. He actually recommended when we got here that we play from the white tees, which we did.
You remember the distance on the white?
It was like 6,100 yards, and there are some tough holes. There are a lot of trees here, so you got a lot of tight fairways. There's a little bit of water. One par 5 in particular on the back 9 is pretty tough. We scoffed at like a 400 some yard par 5 until we saw 2 huge ponds.
Yes.
But yeah, that was a really fun hole, and I enjoyed the day.
Yeah, I'll agree. I would love to play this course again, like I said, once all of these repairs are taken care of. Maybe even before then, because I did have a good time.
Yeah, they don't have any food, so they're one step short of not having brats. They do have refreshments though, and some snacks that are available. The 2 folks we talked to here could not have been nicer, and we had a good time today. We had fun playing this golf course.
Had a good time. It was reasonably priced considering the conditions. I think we
absolutely.
paid what today,
30 something.
$36, I think it was.
So
with the cart. So
the tricky part is going to be giving this golf course a score.
Yeah.
Because if we score it just on its current situation, it's probably going to be one of the lower courses that we've played. I'm willing to give it just a little bit of credit because I know they have a plan in place to get this course back in tip-top shape. We really need to wait for them to actually do those things to give them the score potential.
So maybe we give them the score that they have now with an asterisk or something.
I buy that asterisk, and I would love to play here again. This is a fun course. So maybe we put it on the calendar, we come back maybe this time next year and see how they've progressed.
That's a good idea.
And hopefully they've accomplished some things. And
we'll call it a follow-up round.
Yeah, follow-up round. So what should we give them today? I think we really probably should consult our master list each time we do one of the reviews.
Yeah,
but I think that the lower end of the spectrum that we've given right now is a 5.5. And what does a 5.5 mean? That means it's just it's a meh golf course. They're lacking some of the details that the better courses have, like the really nice driving ranges, great practice facilities, full restaurants and bars. Really well kept greens and tee boxes. This course I think can be that again, but right now I think that probably 5.5 is probably a pretty reasonable score.
With an asterisk.
With an asterisk. And I would recommend, if you are in the area, come out and play this course. And we'd love for you to let us know what you thought. We think this can be a great golf course. And with a little bit of work, they'll get it done.
And you made a comment earlier when we were out on the course about this place, and that was that it had great bones.
Right, the old house analogy. And
yes.
I think that's really applicable here because you can tell that this was a nice golf course at one point. The layout is great. The elevation changes are crazy.
Yeah.
The first few holes, man, we were up mountains and down mountains. And
you're right. One thing on that note that they could really work on that I did not hear him mention is the signage.
Yeah, I was a little worried because on the very first hole, after we finished, there was a cart path that went 2 different directions, and there was no signage. So we flipped a coin and we went right, and that ended up being the proper way to go. So I didn't see a lot of other situations like that.
Not really.
But a little signage would help.
Being new to the course, not knowing where things are, not having a ranger drive around or anything like that, it could use some signage.
What else should we talk about on Beckett Ridge?
I can't talk about brats, unfortunately.
It's rough when the subpar golfer, if you guys can't talk about brats. It takes away half our stuff.
I did make some good recommendations, and I recommend this to all of the golf courses in the summertime. I recommend that you sell ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, I think Snow Hill is still one of our highest ranked courses.
Yeah, and that had a lot to do with
it.
The
$1, now $2, gigantic ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, I think they were worth $2.50. Really, they were huge.
I'd have paid $5.
Yeah, it's fantastic on a hot summer day.
Yeah, and once again, and not surprisingly, because they obviously have a lot of other things to take care of here.
Sure.
We didn't have anyone on the course selling drinks again.
Right.
And, maybe they should consider that. A little revenue generation, maybe help pay for those new bunkers and new carts.
Maybe we should come
and
up with subpar ice cream sandwiches and start pushing them at these courses or something.
We could just do the beverage service for all these courses.
That's a thought.
Anyway, we had a good time today. The golf course has a lot of potential. Come out and play it. Let us know what you think, and we'll come back out in a year or so, and we'll see how they've done.
Till next time. See you later.
Take care, all.